Could you give me your name and where you're from?
Mark Reiki. I'm originally from Illinois. I was born and raised in Barrington, Illinois, a suburb of Chicago. Currently I live in St. Louis, Missouri. I've been here over 12 years. I worked as an organizational psychologist with a consulting firm for 12 years. And this last spring, in May, I had a severe sinus infection which required brain surgery. Caught me really out of the blue. I call it the 9/11 of my life, and sort of shock and awe. And as a consequence, I was unable to continue in my profession and went on short-term and eventually long-term disability. And so, as typical of the American Medical Association, they gave me a list of pills I'm supposed to take, which they assume have helped. I haven't had a seizure in a couple months. It's hard to say for sure, but when I take these pharmaceuticals, which is interesting that they don't call them drugs. Now they're pharmaceuticals because it comes from a pharmacist and not the hospital. I do not feel any immediate effect, but they may or may not have some long-term effect. It's very difficult to determine, although there may have been some long-term studies I'm not really familiar with. On the other hand, I found medical marijuana to be highly effective dealing with some of the symptoms, one of which is a bit of anxiety and stress for what I've gone through. It's changed every aspect of my life. And I smoked medical marijuana prior to that for the same reasons. It helped me relax, yet at the same time stay focused. And the side effects are pretty much nil, essentially. So obviously I'm a proponent of medical marijuana and believe that it should be legalized, as it has been in, I'm not sure, 12 to 14 states already. And of course, at the turn of the century, it was legal throughout the United States and through many parts of the world. It's been used for thousands of years for numerous medical benefits, obviously, and it's essentially a prohibition against it. It started in 1938 by Anslinger. After they ran out of the prohibition against alcohol, they started a prohibition against drugs at the time, which were most for self-medication, and marijuana was one of those. And they classified it as just as dangerous as opiates and other kinds of drugs, synthetic drugs, which is completely different in that medical marijuana is a totally natural substance and is not a pharmaceutical or some chemical or anything, and there wouldn't be any reason that so many people take it if they didn't see some benefit to it. And
tell me, Mark. Tell me a little bit about your illness. Tell me about the things that you've gone through here with your illness.
Well, obviously, initially was in the hospital, which was a painful experience dealing with the regimen of taking blood every couple hours and blood pressure, and it was a noisy, confusing environment. Very hard to relax. I thought the quality of the food was not very good. Again, they would give you some drugs which didn't seem to have much immediate effect, and as soon as I got out of the hospital, when I tried some medical marijuana, it made me feel much more relaxed and comfortable. And I think a big part of recovery is stress reduction, and certainly medical marijuana is known for that, again with minimal or no side effects. So it just makes no sense that it's illegal when it obviously has so many benefits to millions of, almost everyone knows a family member or someone who has physical or mental ailments or injuries that could benefit from medical marijuana. The more I've learned about it, the more effective I believe it is, the safer it is, and the government has no right to control it. So I think I would encourage everyone to investigate on their own through the internet and books and organizations such as NORML, which exists throughout the United States. We happen to be with St. Louis NORML and have monthly meetings and large events such as the March to the Arch and Thomas Jefferson birthday party, where hundreds, if sometimes even thousands of people show up to show their support for this innocuous, highly effective medicine, essentially. And to categorize marijuana in with cocaine or opiates or amphetamines is just ludicrous. That it's a natural, safe, effective drug that has been around for centuries and used for countless different ailments. And it's an issue of personal choice, an issue of health. And that's my belief. And time will tell, certainly. Thank you for your time.
That's good.